I think that looks pretty much okay. Do you want to travel better? Here are my top 15 tips for you, so keep watching until the end. Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am your host Yanika, speaking about traveling and positivity into life. If you're new to this channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button and also the notification bell for weekly videos. Today's video is my top 15 travel tips for you. It's important that you check out the description below for my other useful travel links like Facebook page and Instagram. Also, I want to let you know that on Instagram, every Thursday, I am doing a travel tip. I will share it on my story and then I will do it as a highlight story on Travel Tip Thursday. So make sure to check it out every Thursday. Even if you want to get back to it, you can check out my profile on Instagram by looking at the highlight story Travel Tip Thursday. So let's get started with this video about travel tips for you to travel better. Travel tip number 1. It's important to make research beforehand about the destinations where you are booking, or else check reviews of other travelers that have traveled before you. Tip number 2. I always get asked about the passport expiration date. It's important to check it out, especially if you're going to another different continent. It's important that it has 6 months of buffering. It means that if you are traveling this month, it has to expire at least 6 months afterwards, not less, because certain countries doesn't accept this kind of travel without the passport, that it doesn't have this expiration period. Tip number 3. I advise you to compare flights. I know some of us have their favorite airline, because airlines, they serve people differently, but I still recommend to compare flights, especially if you are traveling on a budget, or else even though you can check for traveling, even for the time of traveling, sometimes there will be better choices. I use Skyscanner for this. Yes, I had bought this metal bottle that keeps my water very cool and it's easy to fill. I am saving actually plastic every day, so make sure to invest in one of these. It's ideal to travel with it. And also, drinking water keeps you hydrated and healthy. Having a metal bottle also can be cheaper than buying water every time, especially from the airports, because they are quite expensive. And at the airport, at some airports that I traveled to, they have water that you can fill the bottle and it is actually drinking water. And make sure that this bottle will be empty if you are passing the security, so they don't have to throw your water away. During travel, it's important, this is another tip, tip number 6 I think, yeah maybe, to drink a lot of water so you stay hydrated and avoid dehydration, and it keeps you more healthy and going for the day. Tip number 7. Have a travel insurance. Consider the travel insurance. You will never know when you will need it. If you get robbed or you need an emergency, trust me, you will never know when you would need it. So make sure to add this travel insurance for your travels. Tip number 8. Carry a first aid. It will be easier if you need a medical emergency, so you would know what you would really need if you have an emergency. It can only be a small bag that you might use for your emergency. such as painkillers, sticks, bandages, those kind of small things. Tip number 9. Before leaving for the travel, make a list of what you're going to pack. This will be easy for you to be organized and don't forget anything for your travel. Tip number 10. Invest in a good camera. Even mobile phones have good quality cameras. With this, you would capture good images and videos, and they will be the memory and a souvenir for you in the future. Another tip that I recommend is to travel with a hand luggage rather than a suitcase. It would be easier to carry and you will have less things with you to be responsible for. Tip number 12. Pack the liquids in a plastic zip bag. Even when you're passing the security, it will be easy to get it out from your hand luggage and check it out with the security. And the note that you keep in mind that every bottle has to be less than 100 milliliters. And approximately you have to have 10 bottles in every hand luggage. So if you are more than one person traveling, that's a bonus because you can share the bottles together. Tip number 13. This is mostly for girls. As I experienced traveling with hand luggage, it is important that you also consider the foundation, mascara and lip gloss as liquids. So it's important that you know what you are going to travel with, as most of us has a lot of liquids to clean our face every time in traveling as well. I also experienced that some airports at security, they give you their own zip plastic bag and you have to fit everything in this bag. So make sure to know what you are packing while you are traveling. Tip number 14. Respect the locals' manners and don't judge their culture. It's important that you enjoy their culture and how they live their life, different from back home, and think how interesting their culture is. And tip number 15, if you have a question, ask a local, but always go with your instincts. Always, it's important to trust your instincts when traveling, so you will be safe and there will be no harm to you. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed my 15 tips that I experienced on my travels, and you can get more tips if you follow me on Instagram every Thursday as a story, and also they are as a story highlight on my profile of Instagram. So make sure to hit the Instagram button, follow. The link is in this description below. Thank you for hanging out and for watching all this video. Thank you, because without you I can't upload all these videos. So thank you for being here. If you are new, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to check out the description below for other travel useful links. And if you find them helpful, make sure to bookmark them for the future. Ciao ciao and stay tuned for next week.